All right, it's day 48. It's about 10 after 8. These guys have been down here for at least a half hour. They got started earlier, as usual. I mean, they're supposed to start at 8, and every day they're coming down early. Doing a great job. Around the front of the house now for the plastering. Looks like they're prepping the front of the house right now. They actually turned the corner yesterday for the front of the house by the master bedroom. But I can hear they're already prepping the walls and the columns so the plaster will adhere to it. So they're playing some music down here, so we're going to try and stay up here so we don't have to hear the music. But they're doing an awesome job. They really are. We've got a lot of the electrical already done. We are trying to prep everything for not only the electrical but the lighting, which I know is part of the electrical, but the electrical I'm talking about is like the outlets and stuff. We've got all of that ready. We've got a lot of the lighting. We've got that already, so when we are able to, we can get those rolling out too. And we need to pick up ceiling materials. So the foreman was supposed to do some calculations for what we need for the ceiling materials. So when they start on the inside and they start plastering, once a room gets completed, we can immediately jump into putting the ceiling up, getting the lighting up, finishing that ceiling, and then moving on to the next room. So we're not going to wait for the entire inside to be done before we start that. We can get that taken care of, get the outlets put in, and just move along as the plastering goes along. And then once all the ceiling is up, we can start with the flooring. And I think we made a decision about our water, and we'll do a different video or a portion of a video to explain that to you. But we have to figure out how we're going to supply water in our house. And we do have a well out here, but the way the water flow is out of that well is not really good, so it would take quite a bit for us to remedy that in order to supply water to the house, which is a possibility. But I think we're going to figure it out here pretty quick, and we'll do a video and see what comments you guys will leave us, and maybe you could give us some insight that we don't have. So with that, we'll probably just do a video around, so we're not listening. As any of you that have come to the Philippines, you know, the 80s music is still very popular here in the Philippines, which is great. I mean, I grew up listening to it, and so I enjoy it. But it's like a step back in time. You come here and you're listening to good 80s music, but it's a total step back in time for the music business here. So not that they don't listen to some new stuff, but the 80s rock and soft rock and all that is just everywhere you go here. So unfortunately, we're not going to play that for you, but we will show you around the house, and we'll be back later on for updates throughout the day.
We are back. They're here at the front now doing it, so and I have to cut it now because of the sound.
It's day 48. It's about 3 o'clock, and the guys are getting ready for a break. But their snack isn't done yet, so they're going to extend it a little bit for a few minutes until it's done. They're having some soup, believe it or not. As hot as it is, they're going to be eating soup for a snack. It's insane. So we're at the front of the house. You can see the only design that we have truly in the whole house for the plastering is right here on the outside wall of the pantry.
Let's go.
It kind of looks like big bricks, almost. It's just that's the only design that we have. It looks good. They've done a great job on it.
I don't know if they can see it. Okay, yeah, they can.
And they're continuing to finish this up on the front here. You can see Joey putting a little bit of water on the thing and brushing it out. Just a really good job. I think without a problem, they're going to have this whole front done today, which means the entire outside of the house was done in 6 days, which is awesome. We were just talking before we started the video here that I have no experience doing this. I'm just taking a wild guess. I would guess that it's going to take at least a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks to get the inside done with the plastering, just because of the number of walls and all the different corners and all that stuff in there. So hopefully we will be able to do that in another week and a half and have the whole inside completed for plastering. And while that's going on, we're going to have one way or the other, we're going to have the ceiling stuff purchased, and we're going to try and follow the plastering throughout the house. So when one room is done, we're going to get the ceiling up right after that and try to follow along with the plastering, so we're not waiting around until the whole house is done. And we just talked to our windows guy, and as soon as the plastering is done on the inside and they've finished all the window openings, we'll let him know and he'll come back out and do a final measurement, and then they said it would be about a week before the windows are complete, and he'll be back out to install them. So with that, we're going to take a walk around the house, and then we'll walk you through the house. Just not a whole lot's changed on the inside, but we'll take a walk around the outside first. So ask them, they've done this a lot before, how long do they think it'll take to do the inside, to plaster the inside of the house?
Kuya, gaano daw katagal ba ang pagpapalitada sa loob? Mas matagal ba kaysa sa labas? Mga ilang linggo aabutin yan? 2 weeks?
2 weeks. So I was about right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you. So that's actually going to be helpful
2
to
weeks.
us. That will be helpful for us. So that means 3 weeks for. It's helpful at least. All right. So we're coming in the service area. They have painted the steel up here, primered it, and I don't know if they've got it all painted or not, but they've at least primered it. Looks like they've painted some of it. So that's good. I think they're done with all of the door jambs as far as getting some primer and stuff on them, which is nice. So they're not going to rust or anything either. So that's good. One thing we haven't mentioned here recently, because nothing's been going on really in here. When we get the ceiling stuff, we are probably, well, the ceiling stuff and the tile.
Watch out for this steel here sticking out.
The tile. So we'll get the tile, the ceiling stuff, and the granite for the island and for the countertop. We're not going to do, at least to begin with, we're not going to do much of a cabinets at all in here because we have an entire room that's a pantry, and we'll pick up some industrial style shelving to put in there, and we will use that more or less for our cabinets to begin with. But we'll have the granite for these. Then once we have the tile, the ceiling, the granite, we still have a few things to buy for lights. We need some lights over the island here. I don't know if we'll do the can lights or not, or if we'll do a light fixture over the dining room table area. So we'll see. And they're putting in the area for the breaker box over here. So they've chipped out a lot of the wall there. And the breaker box is sitting there on the floor. It's going to go in here probably not today, but they'll probably get that in on Tuesday when they come back. They've got, this wall is, they added a little bit to it, it looks like, to bring up the window a little. And they're finishing it out on the outside. This won't be complete until they've plastered on the inside and finished with the whole process for the window from the inside. So let's go back in here, and then we'll go back out this door. Not much, like I said, not much has changed in here. All the door jambs are painted, it looks like. We still have some stuff that we need to get. We need to figure out a door for here and stuff like that, but we'll get that figured out. Wires run in quite a few places. Not all of the outlets that have wire run yet, but they're definitely getting there. looks like they've cleaned up in here a little bit. They've got wire running here. The breeze is really nice right now. Feels really good. It's hot today, and thank goodness it's not real humid, but it is really warm today. And, when we go out front, you'll notice that the guys have set up a tarp so they can have some kind of shade while they're plastering, because it's pretty warm. So they've we ran to town to pick up our normal groceries and stuff for the week, and these guys have been knocking out this whole front all day. So I mean, they've got everything finished over here, all the way over to the door, up. The canopy and above the canopy is not done yet, but I think everything else on this wall is done. They still got to finish a little bit underneath the master bedroom window, and that looks like that's just smoothing. They should finish it out, I would think, today. And some of this, it doesn't look like it's going to be finished, but that very bottom part, if I remember right from the plans, this part here will be I don't know what, a border basically that will stick out from the wall a little bit. This will be, from what we're seeing, it looks like this may be protruding as well. So, and then everything else is all the way down to the corner. So 1 week they've been able to do this entire house and get the entire outside plastered, which is great. I mean, it's just awesome to watch and to see these guys do it all. They don't have the electronic tools or the electric tools and the stuff that you would see normally back in the US, and this is all done by hand, all of it. All of this mix that has gone up for plastering has been mixed by hand, all of it. It's mixed right here on these two sheets of metal, and it's put into a bucket and it's carried over, and it's transferred over to the skilled worker who puts it on the wall. So none of this is mixed, even in a mixer. It's all done by shovels, so to see the whole process is pretty cool. It's pretty neat, and you're seeing some stuff here that it's rare to see back in the States anymore. They use basically a bubble water level and a tube filled with water, and use that to basically take one point and make sure it's level with another point, using the water inside of a tube so they can see it. They use a plumb bob line, and I saw some of that work, years and years and years ago, and I've done very little of it. But you don't see that much in the States anymore. It's all lasers and it's just none of it's done this way anymore in the United States. Maybe 50 years ago it still was, but it's a very cool thing to watch. And so we're gonna go back up, make sure these guys get a good break, and we will be back down about 5 o'clock when they quit. All right, day 48. It's like 3:30 or something like that, 3:40, and we came out into the field away from the house for a couple of reasons. Give us a different point of view of the house and get away from the music that you can't have on your videos. So looks like they're just about finished with the exterior. With the plastering, they're starting the interior now. They're actually doing the service area. right now. They're mixing up a batch of the plaster. And we talked to a few of the guys that have done this over and over and over, and I guessed it would take about a week and a half to do the interior of the house. And I was close. He said probably 2 weeks it would take. It's not too terrible far off from what I guessed, but I'm happy that it's going as well as it is. It's looking really nice, really good. Very happy with the progress and the work that these guys are doing. Said before, it is warm out today. Thank goodness it's not as humid as it has been in the past, but it is warm. I mean, it is toasty today, and it's not even the hot time of the year. So you can see them out there sifting the sand, and it gives a different perspective of the house. It's kind of a neat look here from out here in the field, out in the front left of or front right, depending on what you're looking at, of the house. So hopefully this week we will get this coming week, that we will get the roof, and we'll get that started as well. We're going to be doing the roof and the plastering at the same time. And then sooner rather than later, I'm going to get the ceiling stuff, and we're going to try and follow along through the house, get the ceiling up as we go through plastering. And with that ceiling comes the lighting and finishing up electrical before we do the tiles. So we should buy the tiles this week as well. So we're going to be busy spending money, unfortunately. And but all that we're spending over here is a lot less than what you would even think of spending back in the States. So that's a good thing. But it still costs. So. And unfortunately, I don't have that money tree growing hidden somewhere. So we still have a budget. We still have to watch what we're doing. And last time I checked, I never won the lottery. So, but we'll get through it. We will keep moving forward, and we will have a very nice, comfortable house when we're all done. And it's not going to be a mansion. It's not going to be fancy at all, but it is going to be comfortable. And we are going to invite you all into the house with us when we move in. So you'll be able to see everything as it's happening now throughout the videos. And then when we finish it and we move in, you get to come right along and sit down in our living room with us and share a few videos within the finished house. So stay with us, subscribe if you haven't, and share all of our videos. And we will be back at 5. All right, day 48. A little bit after 5. All the workers have gone home. It was payday for them, so everybody's happy. The entire outside of the house, minus this little tiny section above the window, is plastered. It's done. The service area in the back has been started. We talked to the foreman, and we're gonna get the ceiling stuff as soon as we can, and then as the rooms are plastered on the inside, as soon as it's plastered, the next day the ceiling will go up in that room. So the ceiling is going to chase the plastering throughout the house, which will be nice. So we'll be doing multiple things at one time. They're going to finish out the moldings around the windows, and the door's going to have that as well. And we just clarified a few things with the foreman today, and it's coming down to the end. I mean, we're getting to the point where we can see the end far off in the distance, but we can see the end coming. We have the plastering, the ceiling, the flooring, and then a few other things, and it'll be livable. We'll get the doors in, the windows in, all of that. We'll get it taken care of. But it's been a productive day. It's been really warm, but it's been a good day. So this is the end of day 48 and the end of a week. So all the guys will have tomorrow off, and they will be back on Tuesday. And we will be here Tuesday morning, bright and early, to start day 49. So please like the videos if you like them. Share with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We appreciate you guys watching, and please comment below. Give us some suggestions what you'd like to see, and you know, I'm sure you're getting tired of seeing me all the time on here, so just make some comments for us, and we will answer them as soon as we can. We will see you next week.